All right, so I am waiting for Keke to jump on the live so we could get started. Grand Rising, Grand Rising, Grand Rising. I am waiting for Keke to jump on so we could get started. Um, so just a heads up when it comes to visions. Oh, I see Keke. Okay. Hey, love. So it should request. There we go. Doing
Grand
right. Hi, Keke.
Rising.
Good rising. How are you?
I am good. How are you?
I'm doing well.
That's good.
I'm doing well.
My daughter wants to see. Say good morning.
Hi. Good rising, princess. She's so
Guys, I was
adorable.
seeing me and being around me doing things. So,
Yes.
are we gonna wait for a couple people to join?
Oh yeah, we could just wait for a couple people. Well, I just want to give say a couple of things first. So the whole reason for me putting this together is because due to the pandemic and COVID, um, I won't be doing a vision board party this year. So I'm kind of bummed about it. It would have been the fourth annual vision board party, get together, gathering, whatever. But um, due to all of this and last May, I was just like, okay, let's just go ahead and just do a whole live. So I'm
Yeah,
literally reaching out to everyone that was at that actually attended to any of my vision boards and just wanted to ask a couple questions and kind of go from there and just see how you're doing and how
yeah,
everything is going when it comes to this. So
yeah.
first, let's start off with who are you and what do you do?
Well, thank you too for the introduction. My name is Nikisha. I go by Keke. I do many things to be honest with you. But just to give a gist of it, I am more than a mother, so I am a mom, but I'm also a personal trainer. I also work for corporate America in purchasing for finance. Um, I wear so many hats, but we're gonna keep it there. We're gonna keep it there.
Okay, okay. I know you. um, we met in high school. We met
Yes.
in high school,
My first
and your freshman year, I think I was either a junior or a senior. I think I
yes.
was a senior,
I
but
think you were junior.
I was a
I think I
junior. Okay.
was with you. I think so. I think
And
so.
those who know about public schools, you always have your daughter, and you was my daughter.
Still am.
Yes, but it's also when I look back at that and we did the mommy daughter thing or whatever, I see it as a mentor, and I really
I,
wanted to just be there. And I even checked on you too and make sure you was good, make sure nobody was messing with you. But also, I wanted to show an example of what we were doing in school, and just I don't know, I just wanted to be there for you. So,
yeah.
and I just want to say I'm super proud of you, of everything you've accomplished, and and just being just this amazing like ball of light. So, um, but let's get started with these questions. So, I jot down about 10 questions. I'm gonna have 10 questions for you, and then just go on and just let me know, and then we go from there. So the first question is, what is your morning spiritual routine?
And before I start, I'm very proud of you too. You're amazing. You're remarkable.
Oh, thank
Know that I
you.
give you roses in real life. I compliment you every day. So, um, but one of the main morning rituals for me is prayer. If before I hit the ground, before I even start moving, before I touch an Instagram, I give God all the glory and all the praise because He didn't have to wake me up. You know what I mean? And
Right.
then I'm not just waking up. I'm waking up with the ability to move, the ability to, blink, the ability to speak. So I'm definitely, that's the first thing that I'm doing is praying and thanking God. The second thing
Amen.
that I'm doing is I'm meditating. So by me, that means by me just self-reflecting, making sure that my to-do list, which I created the night before, I'm reviewing that. That's a form of meditation for me. Another form of meditation for me is doing completely nothing and just looking outside my window, engaging
Yeah.
with the, whether it's daylight savings time, maybe the sun might not be up, but I'm still getting that sunset, that sun rising. But I'm just making sure that I'm taking as much advantage of the grand rising as I can, because in the morning
Mm.
time, that's the most sacred time. So how I start my day is how I'm going to pretty much end my day. So I set my mind, I set my tone, I have a great conversation with myself. I look myself in the mirror and I just let her know who she is. I remind her who she is and what she moving, how she moving, because the moment I step out into the world is the moment that it tries to defeat me. So as long as
Right.
I'm checking first, both spiritually, mentally, and emotionally, then I'm good. So I make sure I check those three realms before I even continue on with my day.
Okay. Okay. So has there ever been a time where, one of those three has been kind of like not there? What do you do to bring yourself back to that level?
Or one of my chakras are not aligned, because let me tell you, throat chakra is messed. Like it's what I do is, one, I listen to myself. I know that
Mm.
I'm not gonna always have it together. All three rims, like you said, are not gonna have the green checks. They're not. So when I see when one is going into yellow, damn near red, sometimes it might be at red. If I cannot encourage myself, because you should be able to encourage yourself. You shouldn't have to always go run outwards. If you can't
Right.
tap in with yourself, if I don't have the ability or enough gas in my system to fuel myself, then I'm gonna tap in with somebody else who I know is not gonna mislead me, nor are they gonna take advantage of me not having all three together. They just know I
Okay.
just to refuel. So what I do is I tap inwards. I'm very close with people older than me. So I'll tap in like with my grandmother, with this lady that is an older version of me, an older spirit of me, but
Mm.
so similar. I'll tap in with a word of God or a praise of worship, because praise confuse the enemy. No matter even if I'm thrown off, I know that trouble doesn't last long way. So I just set a reminder as to who I am, as to who he is, and the people in my life that are predestined, such as you were, and assigned to me, to help me
Wow.
get through.
That's amazing. Ashe,
Thank you.
Ashe, Ashe.
Thank you.
Okay. My next question is, name three songs. It could be new or old. Okay. So name three songs for 2020. Not that motivates you.
Yeah, that helped me get through 2020.
Yeah. Yeah. That helps get you through 2020.
Cardi B, get up 10. I ain't gonna lie, cause let me tell you, honey, let me tell you, this year I've lost damn near everything but the roof over my head.
Mm.
Damn near everything. And it wasn't me being it had nothing to just to do with me, but the people connected to me. I lost my godmom. My kids lost their dad in a sense. I became a single mom. So getting up 10, that song for me was, people don't know, I grew up in 33 foster homes and group homes. I was born addicted to crack cocaine. Like, I have so many things that were always stacked up against me. So that get up 9, get up,
Yeah.
I fall down 9, but I get up 10, because in the Bible, God said the just man falls 7 times, but rises back up again. So that get up 10, I'd be like, huh? Like, it just remind me where I come from, who I am, and the power that's invested in me. And
Mm.
another song that I love is I just had a huge experience with the Holy Spirit with this, and I always get it messed up, but it's basically, um, I went. How does it's Marvin? Is Marvin? I don't know the name of it, but I'm trying to think of the lyrics. It's basically saying, like, I know that I wouldn't have gotten this far if it wasn't for God. Basically, like, if
Mm.
it hadn't have been for him, I don't know where I would have been. And like, he just saw the best in me, even when we don't see the best in ourselves. I have to think of the name.
Yeah. Is it
Um,
Fred Hamilton? No, 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 no,
no,
no. No, it's not. I'm gonna have to look that up too.
yeah, I'm gonna get that to y'all. I'm gonna
Okay.
get that to you. I'll
Yeah.
look up my IG. Get that to y'all. That's
We gonna
exactly.
put the three. We gonna put the three songs in the comments once
Yes,
we post
yes.
this. Okay.
And then my
Um.
one would have to be Waymaker. It's another. I'm huge on gospel. I'm huge
Okay.
on are what you feed yourself, what what you listen to,
Yeah.
what you but it's called Waymaker, and it's just letting you know, like, he is a miracle worker. He is he is there always, even in the midst of our storms. So for me, those three songs has helped empower me, has helped
Mm.
bring me back up out of depression, has helped bring me um back from the dead. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, to revive you. That's
Yes.
amazing. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Okay,
Thank
so
you.
next, what is the most influential, impactful thing that you've learned this
This year,
year?
the most influential and most powerful thing I learned this year was
Yeah. This could.
everybody everybody can, and what that look like is, a lot of times we hold on to people because we have longevity with them. We have these relationships with them. So we think it's an obligation that they come with us. But what we fail to realize is that everybody's not really rooting for us. Just because they in your corner, baby, that don't mean they clapping for you. Just because they there doesn't mean that they're supporting you. So what I learned was that everybody cannot come. Learning to have a discernment of who's really there for me and trusting that, because
Right.
energy never lies. People could try to tell you, "Oh, I'm there for you, I'm there for you," but then they don't show up. And then when
Right.
it's time, they're not there. So for me, for somebody who grew up in the system, I had detachment issues. So God
Mm.
had me in a spirit of stop relying on just trying to keep people around just to say you have people. Understand that
Mm.
everybody can come. And even if you by yourself, baby, even if you by yourself, you're going to be all right. So
Right.
just trusting that even if I'm alone, I'm gonna be okay, because
Mm.
I'm not alone. That because I don't want to share the company, because I don't want to share the wealth, because I don't want to share the knowledge. I'm alone because everybody can't come. Not everybody is for me. Not
Right.
everybody is about me. And you outgrow people, and it's no hard feelings, but you shake the dust off your feet and you keep going. So that's one of my main mantras: is everybody can come.
And also in
That
this sense, it's like technically you're not alone because you have God with you. So it's
yeah,
like you continue to maintain, and God's going to put the right people around you, surround you
exactly.
to build you up to the person that you're meant to be. Your God given
Yeah,
purpose. So that's
exactly.
beautiful. That's amazing. And my next question is from last year's vision board party that I had. We had a really good time. We had tacos, margaritas, we had crystals, and we got to share a lot of things about one another, and also promote our businesses. And we cut off, a couple of things from magazines and put it together out of your vision board that you had from last year for 2020. Um, I want you to talk a little bit about that, but also I would love for you to let me know what you've accomplished or what have you gotten close to when it comes to crushing your goals with this, with the event that we had last year.
Absolutely. Last year, so my main thing was the year before everybody was calling me Oprah. After the not so this would have been the fourth, the third one. Everybody
Yeah.
knows that everybody was calling me Oprah because they heard my story and stuff like that. So I going into the last year's vision board, I had pretty much uh focus on her, meaning like not that I was trying to replicate her, but when you grow up not having role models, you tend to find somebody that has similar traits that you kind of like. You'll either find yourself in the Bible, you're Ruth, you're Mary. But once people told me like you have this Oprah spirit, that's what I took from it. Like somebody who's
Mm.
somebody who gets knocked down 9 times but get back up again. So although like, and another thing that I placed on my vision board was my fitness business, just growing it, not knowing and not being aware that there was going to be a pandemic. So a lot of things that I wanted to have planned didn't go according because of that, in addition to the losses that I've taken, such as my
Mm.
kid's father and my godmom and things like that. But what I say I did gain was more characteristics, more definition as to who I am, and resiliency. So I learned that in a pandemic to keep going.
Mm.
How do you still dream when the world is paused? You know what I mean? But
Right.
I think what it did was it just really checked my discipline, my accountability, it just refined these characteristics within myself in this pandemic. So although can't say, hey, my apparel is coming out by the end of this month. No, I've been working on it. Like you said, I got closer to. I know the
Yeah.
vendors. I've hit a lot of no's. I hit a lot of people not wanting to share information. You know what I mean? So I've learned a lot in this business within this year because I already had set it with the intentions at your vision board what it is I was going to do. So I had a clear direction. So from that point, I was just knocking down, okay, I know I want to do apparel. Let me get in contact with vendors. I know that I want to fitness classes. Let me get in contact with this boot camp, which I did. I did hit accomplishment. I did. Oh, praise God. I found somebody to partner with to start hosting my fitness classes, which is what
Oh
I
wow.
Ooh, that is right. Yes, I was hosting fitness classes. So yes, one of my visions did come true.
Yay.
It was a gentleman that I met a couple years ago a year ago through Instagram. And at first, when they first meet you, they don't think you really about it. But he saw like how I was just consistent with myself and how I was still finding boot camps doing boot camps at the marina or in Oakland or in Concord, wherever I can. This man opened up his space. He was like, what he told me, run rate the first time, then the second time, this man was like, no, the rate is this. So I knew God was in it because
Yeah.
he's it went from a higher rate to a lower rate. And I'm like, oh, I can afford that. Oh, this for me. So everything was just ordained and maintained by God. So man to man, we just hit it off. I had keys to the building. I was able to use it whenever I want to. I still have that
Okay.
Hello House. He asked me to tag in to host one of his fitness classes this Saturday. And he said, Kiki, do it the way you want to. So visions are still being fulfilled, such as I had the rough patch in between April and I'll say September. From April to September, I had a really rough patch, just really getting my mind back onto things and adjusting to my new roles as a single mom. But
Right.
now that I think about and I self reflect, and even just in these past couple of days, I've been having opportunity after opportunity, like overwhelming opportunities. So
That's
my visions are
beautiful.
still being fulfilled. 2020 ain't over yet, baby. I still got
Right.
time.
You
Okay.
do. You
Hey.
do. Facts. Facts. And that's beautiful. I that's one thing that that was like my main purpose and my main goal when I
Yeah.
started this 4 years ago was to make sure that people are able to create a vision for themselves and be able to crush those goals and to
Yeah.
see that they can do those things, and to visualize it and to move forward with it. So I am so happy for you and everything that you got going. Let's keep it
Thank
going.
you.
Let's keep it rolling when it comes to these questions. So my next question is, what obstacle have you tackled this year? Like, was there anything that was like in the way, or anything that you felt like, oh, this is setback, this is setback after setback, but I'm gonna keep going, keep pushing forward. What obstacle have you accomplished, like tackled?
Getting out the way of myself. I was the obstacle. A lot of times we like to blame people, places, and things, but we procrastinate. We know our abilities, our inabilities. So what I did was I got on my own way. I started to be teachable, be more of a listener versus speaking all the time. So just doing things, those obstacles. Because I have all the other tools to do with everything I want to. I have the certificates, I have the background, I have the knowledge, and what I don't have, somebody else have. So
Right.
even if you have all these resources and you still in your way, you're not going to be able to get too far. You know what I mean? So I had to learn to get out the way. I had to learn I don't know everything. I have to learn to listen. So that was my obstacle, was myself. Overcoming my negative thoughts, overcoming the depression thoughts, overcoming feeling like, why me, pity me, why me, why me, why me, why is it this, why is it that, and
Right.
understand why not me. But taking that position in life, why not me? You know what I
Right.
mean? I was destined for this. I have every capability to overcome this. So I was in my way, and I got over it by getting out my way.
That's what's up. And that's
Yeah.
really how it is too, because it's like obstacles is actually a clutch. It's like you need that to keep you going.
Yes.
Sometimes you can't just keep there's no such thing as a vision, like going to reach your vision and there's no obstacles in the way. That's unheard of. And if that
Yeah.
is it, that's gonna flunk real quick. So
Yeah.
it's a beautiful thing to see that you noticed that it wasn't anyone around you. You weren't blaming anyone around you. You actually noticed that it was yourself, and you had to get out of your own way. So that's amazing. So,
Yeah.
um,
And if
go ahead,
even
babe.
if it's around us, we attract those people. We don't understand, like, no matter what. So my sister taught me this. She said, whenever you point a finger, it's three fingers pointing back. So no matter, even if I want to blame you, still a reflection of me and where I am. So understanding and taking that off, because that's how you learn to grow, and God is able to use you because you looking at the man in the mirror. I want to be held accountable for everything and that I have said that I was going to do, everything that I said I wasn't going to do. I want to be the best version of myself. So if I don't have the company around me keeping me upheld to that, that's a reflection of me, because I'm
Mhm.
choosing to keep these people around me who are enablers versus those who hold me accountable. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Exactly. Exactly. Okay. So I have another. I don't know what it is, but when it comes to threes, I'm always doing things in threes. So, what are three things that you cannot live without?
Ooh. God is first and foremost. I can't. What's another thing I can't live without? My children, like my kids. Like, I always knew I loved them, but once I became a single mom, I realized I'm all my kids have. And when you come from nothing, I come from, what I mean by nothing, meaning there's no real estate left for me. There's no IRA accounts left for me. There's nothing. Like, my mom and my dad, there's nothing left for me. So my kids, I've always knew I loved them. I've always been a good mom. But this year,
Hmm.
it's like a profound type of relationship. So my kids, well, God, my kids, and I would say working out. I can't live without working out. I love working out. That's
Yeah,
my
but you know
passion.
that's you know it's necessary. Oh, you know it's necessary. You know that that's going to get you to the next level of life, and the just also with like fitness and working out is health, and health is wealth. Health is going to get
Absolutely.
you to the next level. Health is
Right.
going to get you to be here. Like
Right.
it's definitely something to it's necessary. It's a necessity. And so
Yeah.
that those three are beautiful. And
Yes.
thanks for sharing with us
Thank
that. What have you gained in 2020? What have
What
you
happened?
gained? And I think this kind of goes with a little bit with the vision board party that I mentioned, but also just it doesn't even have to be something that you now have that you didn't have before, but something that is more of or
Tangible. It doesn't have to necessarily be tangible. Like, I can say, hey, this is what I gained. I gained trust in myself. I gained trust in my power, understanding that I'm not gonna lie to myself, because I've already practiced keeping it real with myself. Like, and a lot of people don't know how to keep it real with other people, let alone themselves. What that look like is, I could be the problem, not this person. I am the problem. Accountability. What can I fix? What can I do? How can I show up for myself? You know what I mean? So for me, it was me trusting that I'm not crazy, that I am getting these feelings, that is not okay, that I should be able to expect of me and other people, because I give people what it is I'm expecting of. So I learned to stand on that, stand on my principles, stand on my intuition, stand on my spirit of discernment, and just trust that Nikisha is not going to lead herself to mess up anything that she prayed for. You just made a post. You said, God, please. You basically said, don't let me mishandle what I prayed for.
yeah,
You know what? That was really good. And I had to repost that because I was
yeah,
really, a lot of times pray for, and we be, like I said, it be us. We always like to blame the adversary or the enemy or this hater or this or that, but it's us. If we just keep
yeah,
our head on the power within us in our own lane, understanding what's for us is for us. Nobody can stop it, not even us.
right.
You know?
And
Yes.
there's another thing too when it comes to that post that I noticed is that sometimes it's going to take some time for us to get what we pray for because we're not prepared or ready or in the area where we can do that. So we have to take care of all this baggage that we got, or all this stress levels, or all this doubt that we have in our mind. We got to let go of that fear. And
Come
once we
on.
let go of that and master that, then we could go ahead and move forward, and God's going to give us everything we need. But if we're not
Yes.
prepared for it, then that prayer is not going to work. You
But
have to
I think
prepare yourself.
not prepared for it because our perception is we got to have it all together. And that's not what God said. He said just have faith as small as a mustard seed. And when
Yeah.
we start to envision that a must when you think of a mustard seed, it's this little. And we all got faith this little. You know what I mean? But then we let everything else get into we make it bigger than what it is. And it starts with us. It
Yeah.
starts with us. It starts with your aura. Yes, your
Yeah.
energy is you. We got people commenting, which is great.
Oh, yeah. I see that too. And yeah, and working out is healing and grounding and peaceful as well. Yes,
Yeah.
indeed, indeed. So my next question is, I know you kind of said a little bit of this earlier, but what have you lost or cut off, or both, in this year of 2020?
Well,
It doesn't have to be specific, like, but like,
yeah, very much for answer. I lost what wasn't good for me. That was in
okay.
a vast of areas. I I was already out of my relationship, out of my marriage and stuff like that. That don't matter. But I lost, just being weighed down. A lot of times people we block our blessings by keeping attached to certain people, like I said, and we don't understand and we're not understanding that these people are assigned to us to anchor us, not to
Mm-hmm.
uplift us. So what I lost was all the dead weight. So I lost 75 pounds physically, right? I lost pounds physically, but I also lost weight as far as dead weight, dead people I cannot count on, people I cannot rely on, people that didn't hold me accountable, people that wouldn't keep it real with me, who would rather see me fail than to see me do the right. So, because I'm the type of person, I'm not afraid to tell my friends, hey, baby, you could do better, or hey, baby, why are you carrying yourself like that? Because I want to be the company that I keep. And not only that, I'm a mother. So if you're my daughter's aunt or you're my daughter's uncle, I want to make sure the information you giving them is, even if it's not exactly what I'm saying, it's aligned to what I'm saying. So what I lost was a lot of dead weight, a lot of things holding
Mm-hmm.
me back, a lot of people that God didn't wanted me to let go, but I was afraid to let go. I lost having fear, having control over me. Okay. I lost fear, if that makes sense. I lost
Yeah,
fear.
that
Yes,
makes a lot of sense.
it makes a lot of sense. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
lost fear. I lost being afraid to take the first step.
And that's a beautiful thing, because a lot of people, that I believe that's what's holding a lot of people back, is having
Yes,
that fear and that worry, and not taking that leap of faith of doing what you're meant to do, your God given purpose. So it's really important that people recognize and realize that fear is just it's in us. It's
yes,
like, once you start to see that it's obsolete, you can do whatever you want to do and keep pushing
absolutely.
forward and keep going.
Yes,
You know.
yes.
I'm gonna keep going with the questions. My next question is, what has 2020 taught you? Like this whole year, when it comes to um, the pandemic, when it comes to Black Lives Matter movement, when it comes to the politics, and the presidency, when it comes to everything that has happened this year of 2020, what has it taught you?
This whole year has taught me basically that we all need to reset. How I think what God did was He let everybody see a reflection of how inconsiderate we are, how in a move we are, how busy we are. We I got to spend time with my kids. I got to be a mom. Like really, I work 9 to 5. I've been working a 9 to 5 since my kids were born. So just having the ability just to sit down, because we always had these issues. The police is killing our Black people. We always had this, but being home, being forced to sit down, you cannot hide from it. So to me, the pandemic, a lot of people took it like, oh, like there was job loss, there was they took it like a negative thing, but I really think I know it was done for us to reset, for us to take care of our homes, because a lot of people were neglecting their children. They would send their kids to school sick just to make it to work, and not understanding that that job will replace you in a matter of minutes. You know what I mean? Whereas your child, you're showing them that everything and anything comes before them. You know what I mean? So, or for example, we we'll ignore the fact that the police is killing a lot of black people because it wasn't our uncle, it wasn't our brother, it wasn't our cousin, it wasn't in our backyard. But now you like, man, this is crazy. This is the third killing in a week. Like, really?
Yeah.
By the police? Like,
Right.
what's going on? It just made you pay attention. It made it pay attention to your habits. It made people that are in broken homes have to either fix their home or figure out what they're gonna do about their home. A lot of people had to face reality. And what I feel is, despite the situations that came to me, I feel like I was prepared for the pandemic because I've been doing this healthy lifestyle for the past 7 years.
Right.
So I've been appreciative of little things and small things, and the time I get to spend with my kids. I've been understanding that their social matters, and using my platform to speak up on it. Because got a couple thousand followers on my little IG page. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Let's go.
That as the opportunity to encourage people and to talk about social matters that people are afraid to talk about. I'm not afraid to talk about God. I'm not afraid to talk about myself, tell my own testimonies, my own dirty draws. I'm not afraid of that. So I think a lot of people have to learn to be like that this year, how to really be open and honest with themselves, how to be, some people weren't being parents. Now you gotta be a parent. What that look like. So
Yeah.
time
So
management, that's another great thing, because working from home and not being micromanaged and having to do homework with the kids, time management is also very important to make sure that you're not abusing the company's time and
right.
all of that stuff. Characteristics, honesty, integrity, all of that is in question in the pandemic this year, on
What I
top of an election. So it was
everything, right?
yes, yes,
Everything. So, what I love about what you said is that you didn't say anything negative about what has 2020 taught you. Like
yeah,
everything was positive. Everything was a reset.
yes,
And that's a beautiful thing to take this, what everything that's going on, and be able to learn from it and master it and become, you know, um, what's the word I want to use? But just to like pretty much have a positive mindset on this entire year and
growth
get to
mindset.
work and
Hmm.
prepare yourself for anything that comes your way. You were already in preparation last year. So when
Yeah,
everything starts to hit back and forth, you're like, okay, I'm gonna take the
yeah,
positive out of this, and whatever is negative, that's in the air. Like I'm not even worried about that. I'm focused on what's here with me. Like even
yeah,
me was saying, I get to spend more time with my kids, being able
yes,
to you adapt it. And
yeah,
a lot of people are so afraid of change and not being able to adapt to the change in surroundings of their environment. So being able to do that and master that and become even better is just a beautiful thing. It's
yes.
amazing. So as
Thank
we oh, you're welcome, Queen. So as we finish up, I'm so big on affirmations. Affirmations is my thing. So and I always do things in threes.
yes.
So what I want you to do is fill in the blanks, okay? So the first one is I am. I am.
Am resilient.
I am resilient. That's beautiful. I have. I have.
Everything I need. I have the power invested in me to accomplish everything that I want to be and do and say and see and be a part of.
Okay, okay, okay. And I can. I
I can
can.
do all things through Christ who strengthens me. All things. Yes.
Thank you so, so, so much, Queen. I want to also, any like last remarks, anything you want to say to the people? Also, I would love for you to, of course, shout out your social media. where we can find you, what you got going on next. Like, you have so much going on. I just saw you in a music video looking
I
amazing.
know.
You see my shirt? It say "Do the natural thing,"
Yes. And I was
all
in there
natural.
naturally.
So,
Well,
okay.
my obviously you guys probably can see it, but if you don't know, my fitness page is called Flexing with Keke. It's FLEXIN, no G, underscore with underscore Keke, KEKE. Anaya, para. Um, what I would like to say is encourage yourself. You know, the world is going to beat you up. You're not, especially if you're a child of God, because a lot of us, you know, are called, but a few are chosen. But when just really trust if you are the black sheep, whether it's your friendship, whether it's at work, whether it's wherever it is, because you decide to be the best version of you, then that's aggravating or irritating people around you. Learn to stand true in yourself. Don't be so persuaded or impacted that you feel like you got to go backwards just to meet them. Continue to elevate, because those that are supposed to exceed and exceed with you, they're going to exceed. They're going to go with you to the next level. Those are meant to drop off. Trust that them dropping off is it's not that you losing nobody. What you're doing is you losing dead weight. So just like I tell
Right.
my client, just like I tell them, you know, it's quality over quantity. I'd rather have a few qualified individuals around me than I have a gang full of nobodies around me. So make sure that the company that you keep, you can have expectations of them. You can't expect them to be great to you. You can't expect them to show up. You can't expect them to hold you accountable, because you need that. You're not going to always have the strength and encouragement to get yourself up out of situations, to get yourself out the bed, to keep going, to not remain stagnant. You're gonna need somebody to reach in and pull you out the fire when the time comes. So make sure, like they say, prepare for emergency situations. Have your emergency crew. Have your emergency crew
Yes.
that you can call on in a matter of, hey, I got a flat tire. But we spiritually speaking, you know what I mean? Make
Right.
sure that you're able to tell them, I need gas. I'm out of gas. Are you coming? Not no if, not no buts, but you're coming, right? You're
Yeah.
coming. Okay, so okay, you know what I mean? And you should be able to, you should, and I don't care what nobody say, you can have expectations on people, the right people. And when you stop exhausting and pouring into the wrong people, baby, let me tell you, God opened up the floodgates. You got room for him to go, but you keep holding on to everything, and he's unable to give it to you. Open
Yeah.
up. Trust
That's,
God. Yes, he knows all and he sees all, but when you confess out your mouth, let me tell you something that the enemy can't take, because then you're accountable. You hold yourself accountable.
that
Get you a
part.
group people, good people around you. Make sure that the man or woman you sleeping with is good company. Make sure that your friends is good company. Make sure that your kids
Woo.
pour into you if you a mother. Make sure that you breathe into them, that you pray into them. So when you low and they know you low, they spirit gonna be able to talk to you, because the try by the spirit, you spirit tries the spirit. Meaning you some things you don't even gotta say. They can feel it in the spiritual realm. So
Oh
that's
yeah.
what I would
And that's
say. And
also, go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah, no, it's okay, baby. That's something that I would leave you guys with. And where I am in my season is shaking the dust off my feet and keeping it going. If I can't learn from somebody, if I can't
Right.
expect it from somebody, and if that means you gotta be by yourself, baby, trust and believe.
And we
You're
feel
not by
energy. We have our intuition. We know. We know
yeah.
exactly. So if there's, even if there's, we too grown for this. If there's even one mistake,
Do you hear me? Do you hear
you
me?
know, you feel that energy. So yes,
Yeah,
having
yes.
a emergency crew is definitely important. I know for sure. Anybody that's in my crew, if I give them a call, they know, oh, where we at?
You
Where we going?
come on,
Like,
come on.
yes, iron sharpens iron.
You hear me? What I also learned this year was my transformation bothered a lot of people, and I didn't understand that. Like a lot of people that I consider friends and family, they would scroll past my pictures because they didn't like they didn't they you could see my happiness, you could feel my happiness through my
Yes,
video, my post, and my energy. You could feel it even in my presence, you know. But I was shocked because I'm like, it's people you didn't expect, you know. But that doesn't mean that I did something wrong. You know what I'm doing is I'm elevating. I'm doing what's best
yeah,
for me. I'm not tearing nobody else down to build myself up. I'm an encourager. I'm impacting the community. I'm telling people to come to class. I'm giving them free sessions. I'm showing up. I'm doing my part. So just continue to be great. Make sure you got that emergency crew. Let me tell
All
you.
right, for sure. Thank
Yes.
you. Thank you so
Shout out.
much, Kiki. This was amazing. Oh, go ahead,
Us.
babe.
Shout out everybody that support us. Me and you, we support each other all the time. But thank you to those that are on here that said that they were going to tap in with us. Thank you for
Oh,
really keeping
thank
your word
you.
and showing up
Yes.
because we are breaking generational curses. We are two Black women who always have uplifted each other and been appointed to one another. So I just want to thank you, and I'm sorry I cut you off, but thank you to
Oh,
my
no, go ahead.
client. Thank you to my client who's on here. Girl, you my baby. That's what's up. Thank you, Ange. I appreciate you, baby. That's all I
Yes.
wanted to say.
Okay. And
Oh, and
thank you,
Divine
everyone.
Clothing. She dropped Divine Clothing. Check my baby out. My client. She billing her. Look at that. My baby. Check out
Like we
Divine Clothing.
said, iron sharpens iron. So,
Yes.
again, thank you everyone for tuning in. This is one of many because we definitely gonna do this again, Kiki. I'm just
Yes.
letting you know right now. And I just wanted to build and put this platform up. Again, I'm gonna mention again. Unfortunately, due to the pandemic, I won't be doing my fourth annual vision board party, but instead, I'm getting all the people that have been part of my vision board parties, and we're gonna create alive and we're gonna talk about it. Okay.
Yes.
Love y'all. Love you, Kiki. Thank you so much. Hey, I just seen her put Divine Clothing. Y'all follow
Yes.
that right now. Follow that right now.
He's starting with my baby, y'all.
Yes, yes, yes.
My
Thanks
baby
again.
4 pounds down from 20. She lost 16 pounds. She 4 pounds away
Go
from
ahead,
20
boo.
pounds.
Go ahead,
Flex on
boo.
me.
Get
You
it.
feel
Flexing. All right, Queen. Love you. Take
Love you
care.
too.
All right.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.